Oh my god, it is the last day of the year and I am freaking out. A lot of things have happened to me this year, good and bad. There's been a good mixture in there, so I thought, what better way to end the year than to do a good old top 5. Technically it's 2 sets of top 5, so maybe it's a top 10, I don't know, but it's my top 5 best and worst moments of the year. I think it's always best to get the bad news out of the way first, so I think I'm going to start with my top 5 worst moments of 2014. So coming in at number 5 was something that hurt my soul, and that was when Alison Argent died on Teen Wolf. It was unfair, it was sad, it was unnecessary. I stopped watching Teen Wolf after that. I tried to watch it, I tried to watch season 4, I watched episode 1 and I kind of just went, nope. Coming in at number 4 we have another television tragedy, and that is the entire finale of How I Met Your Mother. I'm sure I am not alone in this. I mean, honestly, what more is there to say on this topic? I think it's all been said. It was the worst, it was terrible, and I'm so glad this year is almost over because I can finally get away from it. Coming in at number 3, for the first time since I started university, I almost failed an assignment by, like, you know, I passed by about a mark, and like that's cutting it pretty close. I have very like perfectionistic tendencies, and it's something that I've been working very hard on this year to try and let go of. It was kind of a really big shock to the system. It made me quite upset. So I guess we can only move onwards and upwards from there and try not to almost fail an assignment ever again. The number 2 worst thing that happened to me, or that I experienced in 2014, was watching the Sydney siege. It's very rare that stuff on the news impacts me to the point that this did. I mean, I did talk about it in a couple of vlogs over Vlogmas, but I was actually watching the live stream when the police finally went in and raided the cafe. That whole experience of seeing that and seeing like violence like live on my computer set me into like a full-blown panic attack. I was shaking, I was breathing really rapidly, and I just, like, I never want to see something like that again, and yet that sort of thing is happening everywhere right at this second, you know? I know it's like a big ask to say in 2015 can we have world peace, but God, that would be nice. You may have already guessed this one, but coming in at number 1 for the absolute worst thing that happened to me this year was falling into a severe depression as a result of growing and ever-growing anxiety. There was a period back in about September, October, where at best all I could do was get out of bed and sit on the lounge, and at worst I would not get out of bed. That feeling was by far the worst feeling I've experienced this year and potentially in my entire life. I know that in 2015 I do not want to go back there. So now that we've got all that icky bad stuff out of the way, I thought we'd do a top 5 best things that happened to me this year, just to kind of balance out the sadness, you know? So coming in at number 5 was something that happened to me really recently, and it was my best friend Jess showing up on Christmas Eve to surprise me with the most glorious basket of little Christmas gifts I've ever seen in my life. Just the fact that she, you know, is so kind and loving and giving, and, you know, wanted to do that for me was amazing. And Jess, if you're watching this, which you probably will at some point, thank you again so much. It meant a lot. The 4th best thing that happened to me this year was that I kind of found my thing. By my thing, I kind of mean what I'm really interested in. When I was really, really badly depressed, I kind of started looking into like interior design and Scandinavian design and all that sort of thing. And it was just something that hadn't clicked for me, and finally this year it kind of did. And that doesn't mean, you know, I have to stick to this forever. Maybe I won't like interior design in 2 years' time, but that's fine because I'm content where I am now with that. The 3rd best thing that happened to me this year is I got a letter from the university that congratulated me for doing so well throughout the year. They do send these letters to everyone that gets a high distinction throughout the year, but for me it was extra nice to know that I'd done so well despite the shitty year I'd had. The second best thing that happened to me this year was a few weeks ago now when my dad told me that he's going to take me to Hawaii for my 21st birthday in March, but we're going in February, so we're going a little bit early. I'm so excited. I've never been overseas before, ever, like not even to New Zealand, so it's gonna be good. I'm getting pretty excited about it. And finally, the number one best thing that happened to me this year was going to the doctor and getting help for my anxiety and depression. If you want to know like the full story about it, I do have a video on that, so I'm not going to talk too much about the specifics right now, but what I will say is that I am so much happier now than I was 6 months ago and a year ago, and I'm so much more content within myself. Even though there are things that I still struggle with, I know that with the help that I'm getting, I will be able to tackle those problems. I just want you all to know that if you are suffering with, you know, depression, anxiety, any other sort of mental illness, it does get better and you can get help. Do that for yourself in 2015. You're not alone, there is help out there. I'll leave a few links in the description to a few websites that might be able to help you out with that. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to, leave some of your best and worst moments from 2014 in the comments below. Sharing is caring on this channel. And if you don't feel comfortable sharing your best and worst moments of this year, what are the best things you want to do next year? Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you so wish. And don't forget to go ahead and subscribe if you want to. I can't make you, but it would be lovely. Have a great new year, and I will see you all in 2015. Thanks for sticking with me. It's been a rough time this year, but it's been a good one. So thank you all. Bye-bye.